weekend. And with that, I think we are ready for our next runner and their commentator. And we are going to be watching Lontro run some Splatoon 3 any percent. So whenever you're ready, Lontro, go ahead and get started there.
All right, what's up, everyone? I'm Lontro. Been a Splatoon speedrunner since 2017, and with this game coming out in September, it is quite the broken mess. I'm excited to show this off. And I am joined today by
Thank you for introduction, Lontro. I've been running Splatoon games for a few years now, and I'm super excited to be joining the commentary team today to show off this game. It's one of the games of all time, and we're gonna be diving into it for sure.
All right. Without any further ado, let's get into it, and then we'll start explaining stuff as we go. All right. So let's begin. In 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty, let's get into it. So, Splatoon 3, it's got this new single player that is very different style from the other two, the first games. And I guess it starts out similar. You have this creator part, it psychs you out that it's similar to the first two games. Cuttlefish here has got this dialogue, it's like, the Octarians are coming! Again! Oh, we're doing this, we've done this once before, we're gonna do it again?
Yeah.
Like,
basically, yeah.
They know.
Yeah, basically what happened is the Great Zapfish was stolen for a third time, and once again, we're tasked with finding it. Cuttlefish thinks it's Octavio, we're gonna go track him down. That's what this creator part's all about, we're gonna track down Octavio. And we're going to find out that basically everybody's a little misunderstood. So we got some text boxes to mash through. This is basically all the story we get all run.
Yeah. Story? What's that?
Because of timing, we didn't see the whole, the idols of this game freaking out over the Great Zapfish being missing. We decided to start this right as we're getting into Crater, because just refines things a little bit more, makes this speedrun a little bit shorter. Let's skip some unskippable dialogue right here.
Yeah, that was our first skip. It's hard to notice, but usually you'd get 3 seconds of Cuttlefish dialogue there, but by going along the right pole, you get none of it, so that's convenient.
And yeah, Creator 1. Summarize this in one sentence, Launcher. What's going on in Creator 1? Go forward. Cool.
Go forward.
We're gonna go forward.
Go forward. 2 words. That's all you need.
And eventually we'll get to the end of the level. These Crater levels are designed to be more like an introduction to the game, so they're pretty simplistic in nature. And yeah, we're just gonna go forward and maybe do some other stuff along the way. Link switch, dodge enemy, yeah.
Dodge enemy. Inspirational gameplay, I know. They get the Zapfish at the end of the stage, and that'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I would call that the only boring stage of this run that has nothing going on, honestly.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right with that.
We're going to be getting into C2 after this, and C2, essentially, we do have a special already equipped in this game in every stage, the Splashdown. If you essentially ink enough turf when you are in stages, it'll charge up a splashdown for you, and we're gonna use that with a zip pad in C2 for fast effects. But right now, I'm throwing our little buddy Small Fry, just a little salmonid that eats up these power egg things, but it takes time to get all these power eggs, so we're gonna be trying to skip a bunch of these later on. Yeah. But for right now, we gotta do
unfortunately, we gotta play by Splatoon 3's rules. Get some power eggs along the way. We're just be charging up some points for a splashdown here, when we use the zip pad. Get a little bit of extra height on our splashdown and just get an extra story on climbing.
I hear from my chat that this is probably one of the coolest things to see each time, and you know what? It's satisfying to do as well, because I take this bottom path and then take out this enemy, and that'll give me enough for the splashdown, and then surely I won't miss this, right? That was so early, but
if you miss it, it only costs about 1.5 seconds, so not the end of the world by any means, but a very nice 36 there. I still don't have better than a 37 myself. So, yeah. Launcher just one up me on a daily basis. We're gonna get some more story. This story is all the Octarians have more hair than we're used to having, which I don't know about you, but that was not a selling point of this game for me.
Little buddy was just singing Calamari Incantation, therefore meaning my run is blessed, but I heard that. It was cute. Oh my god. But, alright, big skip coming up right here.
C3. Yeah.
Two big skips, technically, but I'm just going to try and hit
the
this.
first one.
It's gonna look weird
we're gonna
if I
put
get
a
it.
small fry into this vault right there. Maybe. This trick is extremely precise, so I've tried. Not bad.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But you can get small fry through that lockbox right there, and then with this switch, I can use a Squid Surge, which is a new mechanic that they added in Splatoon 3. It lets me gain a bunch of height on walls like that, and use it to get up top for the next key. And then I skipped 2 keys in the stage, one on the left and one on the right, so I ended up just going straight, really. Might be wondering, oh hey, why are you quitting out of the game right here? After the stage, there would be a bunch of extra dialogue, and by quitting out of the game, it's actually faster to go back in than sit through all of that in MASH.
Little time save. We'll use it throughout. We use it there. We'll use it once more in the crater on the boss fight, and then a couple of times in the main part of the run Alterna. But that's just the game saves your level completion once you meet the completion requirements, which we do by collecting the Zapfish, and so we get to skip some unskippable dialogue. More small fry unlocking fuzzy ooze, because surely that's something we'll do a lot of in this run.
Yep. Clueless. But yeah. This is C4. This is probably my favorite IL in Crater. I put a ton of time into this. I have a tied world record on it, which is cool. But you're essentially going forward here, and there's going to be parts that rise up. Enemies to take out. Good small fry throw here to bait the enemies into the right spots, like so. And then I'm going to charge Squid Surge. And surge up and release Squid form to get a little bit extra height. Hopefully that hits. It's kind of far to the left. No! I missed.
Yeah, small fry can also deal damage to enemies for us, so Antro was just going for a throw to take out that enemy in that back right corner. That way we didn't have to do it ourselves. Saves a bit of time, means you can take a more direct path, but still getting a 46. Making me look like a fool my 50.
It's fine.
So
it's not a 43 Adam.
I mean, true. Yeah. So something fishy's here. It's that giant fuzzball that we're looking directly at. And an extremely risky but extremely fun
look a little bit scary. It saves like a third of a second, but it looks cool.
Part of this game we need to win on style points, so absolutely don't fault you for going for that. Yeah, this is DJ Octavio. Octavio also thinks we stole
Might be
something
wondering
because all of his Octarians are missing.
Yeah. Wasn't Octavio the last boss of the first 2 games? What's he doing here right now? Is the run about to end? In 10 minutes? Like, what's going on? But, yeah, this is their last boss of the crater section, Octavio. And essentially, you know, this is better than it was in 2, because in 2, these fists were decided by RNG, and in this game, they're kind of decided by character style.
Yeah,
we don't
we're getting there. That was a recent discovery as of this week, so we need a little bit of time to fully investigate that, but all of the styles are roughly equal in the patterns that Octavio will throw you, so Montro's setting up for where Octavio's about to go. I wish we could pass this off as we're mind readers, but we can't do that.
I'm going to use my splashdown on the spinning fists to come down, and there's going to be a couple of uses for the splashdowns in this fight, but that one's pretty nice. Take out this last fist. There's 3 phases to this fight, and I have to hit back 4 fists each time.
Which is much better than Splatoon 2's 8 fists per phase, 3 phases.
We really don't want to talk about Splatoon Octavio. We are both scarred from that experience,
most
I'm sure.
definitely. Here,
But
Octavio is good.
We have a skip.
Yeah, let's ink back skip. So we can, yeah. And that one launcher.
So, yeah, by delaying your splashdown when you're doing that. I don't have to splash down this time. By delaying your splashdown when you're doing that, you can essentially let the fist hit the ground for a bit and let the vacuum start sucking up early. And that lets you throw small fry once your splashdown is done, and Skip's having to do that later, which is a few seconds on that stage. So splash down here to take out that fist.
And our crater is optimized enough where every single second matters.
My best crater is a 1041. And this isn't it, but it's still good. I'm trying to get a 1039 crater at some point and show that I am still the best at this.
So now, phase 3,
thing.
Octavio's going to give us some slap fists.
Yep. My pattern is, I think it's slap spin, slap straight. No, slap straight, slap straight. I don't remember. Are, like, different hairstyles actually different?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so here the one downside of this pattern that we're going for is Octavio is up here on the highest platform. That does mean the fists are going to take a little bit of extra time to reach us, but again, it's not the end of the world. We can most certainly work with this.
Splash down, and then save icon appears.
Close the game again.
Tiny little thing in the bottom left. I can close the game and go back in. See, this one saves a lot more by doing it, because you would usually have another cutscene and some dialogue after before getting into Alterna, which is the next part of the speedrun. But by doing that quit out, it takes you straight to Alterna, so it's a 40-second time save instead. Like, the first one was small time, but this one matters a lot more. Small fry noises.
So the small fry noise is referring to specifically sometimes small fry will make his noises when you reload the game. Other times it will not. Nobody really knows why. Probably something to do with closing the game in the middle of it trying to do things.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's basically an RNG check if your run's going to be good or not.
Yeah.
My run can only go far if Small Fry has blessed it.
And now the new Squid Peak Splatoon is going to introduce themselves. Or I guess they're the new Squid Peak Splatoon. I don't really know. I just mashed through these text boxes. I think they're the new...
I think it is the new Squid Peak Splatoon. They just said new Squid Peak Splatoon. Maybe they'll say they're new in a later text box.
I don't know. It is new.
No, that is new.
The new Squid Peak Splatoon was Agents 1 and 2, Callie and Marie. But now for this game, the former Agent 3, the protagonist of Splatoon 1 in the middle, decided to join them. And we are Agent 3. Which means that we live up to extremely high expectations, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Well, we just have... This is the unfortunate part of this run, is that this early part is front-loaded with a bunch of dialogue, but it is much more forgiving mashing than something like OE. When you're mashing something for Splat 2 Octo expansion, it's very tight with the inputs that it wants, so... Even if there are more text
We're getting
boxes
a bit of story as we make our way onto our first level, conveniently named your only choice, as there is no other option that we have at this point yet.
And trust me, we've tried.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought the dialogue was done.
Yeah, and now
it is
This is Orca.
What is this robot's name? Orca.
It's
there it
a
is.
sequel to the name of the robot from the Octo expansion, whose name I can't remember now.
Yeah, good question. It's the telephone.
The telephone. The telephone
That's it. That's all I
does that does its thing in Octo expansion. Orca is intended to be our guide through all of the levels of Alterna that we're going to be doing, because surely we'll do a lot of the 67 that the game's provided.
Clueless. I mean, surely we'll do tons of those levels to actually finish
Right.
the speedrun, right?
Here we're just collecting a few power eggs in your only choice as well. This is going to...
Yep.
The math is extremely tight for the first couple of worlds, and so we do need, I believe it's 25 power eggs in this level. We're all...
It's 25, but everything's in bunches of 3, so I end up getting 27.
Yeah, and we definitely collect 9 at the end, so we just need to get 2 rings, or like a ring plus a balloon at the end, and we're gonna be good. Using a small fry there to ink faraway objects. We didn't see it in C3 because we skipped it.
Yeah, pretty much. You would usually use small fry and C3, it's not very usual.
Yeah,
is it?
we are getting
Oh,
we are
come
getting
on,
denied
Squeegee.
our climb by Squeegee. I can't say I've seen that one before. We've collected all 3 keys.
Squeegee
We're gonna
is-
unlock 3 lock boxes.
Control.
Nice and straightforward. There's
There is a skip you can do here that skips one of the lockbox, or skips getting one of the keys and one of the lockboxes as a result. Key skip, but doing that in a marathon, you can lose multiple minutes
Right.
trying for that. Maybe
Yeah.
not. Maybe next time. My PB actually doesn't have it, which is the current record as well. But yeah, now we're going to be going into our next stage, Big Bang, and I'm going to be trying a glitch that they actually patched out in the most recent update,
yeah.
which is called Positive
Yeah.
Use.
So as a note, Lancho and I are both on version 1.1.2, which is the last version of the game to actually have this pause use glitch. And basically, we're gonna try and do some frame tight pausing and unpausing to duplicate clear rewards in this level. So
It's not very likely I get
Yeah.
this in the first place, but I always try for
we always
it.
try for it. If not, we get a 2-second Big Bang, which is funny. Didn't get any. That's fine. We do a 2-second Big Bang. We all joke that it's a world record when it's not. We have 1.98s.
Yeah. And then you have random people that go into the Splatoon 3 Discord and say, I just got a world record on Big Bang! My greatest accomplishment. And I'm just like, oh boy, not this again.
Yep. So here we're going to collect a Sardinium. We're going to be using Sardiniums to basically upgrade our gear later, which is what Callie was talking about in all that text we mashed through. Getting some egg containers as well, because we need them, definitely. And here setting up for a jump. We can jump around that
fine.
ooze, hopefully get that on the second try. Ends up saving a few hundred power eggs. It is 800. Okay, I've seen 700. I haven't actually unlocked it in
There
a
is.
while, so I don't remember how much it is. And yep, we're going to go for a deep cutting skip, which
Nice.
we landed. You want me to explain that one while we're getting to the site too?
That's... yeah, I got this. So, essentially there is a cutscene with Deep Cut, which is the idol group in this game, that takes 1 minute and 20 seconds. But as that ooze is disappearing, and I go through at a certain time, it'll actually just skip the trigger for the cutscene, and it'll save 1 minute and 20 seconds. You only have one shot at that, so it's really important that you hit that one. Like, those little deaths and time losses in Site 1 suck, but as long as I get DCS, we're good, okay?
So deep cutscene skip hit. Nothing major has been missed this run to my comparatively untrained eye. Some small things here and there that aren't going to make or break the run. Picking up that balloon for 100 power eggs. The reality shock of going back to Splatoon 2 and popping a balloon only to get 1 power egg. Honestly, a little disappointing. I'm glad they upped them to 100. Upgrading with those Sardiniums and some of the upgrade points we've been collecting this run. Site 2 is basically just going to be us collecting things and then doing the mandatory boss battle. We get decorations because they give us upgrade points, and our end goal is going to be 18 upgrade points, which gives us access to the max DPS hero shots, and that's going to make what little of the run we now do a lot easier.
And faster. Like, there is a boss later where the level 3 hero shot will save 40 seconds over the level 2, so it's very important that you have it. Oh, I
Picking
got
up
that?
25x to make the math work. And wrapping around here for an extra decoration.
I'm gonna try to do a kind of tight jump here.
And lands at first try, no problem.
Okay. Okay, small fry, don't eat what you
Well, yeah.
But that's what's called discount fries. It just skips that 900 views on the way to fry. I need to still eat the 1,000, but I have just enough power eggs for it, so I can't afford using 900 eggs. What do you think I have? Dollars? Egg count? No. We gotta do skips. But yeah, now we're gonna be getting into our first boss of Alterna. It's Fry. RNG Gremlin. The issue I have with Fry is that she can do a dash at the start of the fight that loses 8 seconds, and she also has a 1 in 4 chance at the end of each phase to lose time. If I get it, you'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But Fry is going to mount everybody's favorite returning boss from the other games, the Octo Stomp.
Of course. It wouldn't be a Splatoon game without an
Exactly.
Octo Stomp.
And
Yes.
the time loss can come, basically, depending on which way the Octo Stomp is facing. We didn't get a dash here, so you don't worry about that.
I didn't get a dash, and I got vision.
Yeah,
so
that's
a
actually a
great
really
phase.
good phase. Oh, and we got a
Besides
1
the
in 4, nice.
But that... So that face in the front is uninkable, so I have to go around to actually climb up, which is a 1 in 4 chance each time.
No, you have gotten
A
the
little
1 in
unlucky.
64. I have not.
I've gotten a 1 in 64
Oh, boy.
twice. Surely it wouldn't happen here, right? I mean,
Phase 2, more a whirlpool. Gonna spawn a bunch of fields. We just need to ink the ones that have their eyes like black around their eyes. Those are going to be the ones that we actually care about. Those are going to end the attack if we ink them all. So, really nice job handling those vehicles there. And then we got phase 3.
pretty much. Phase 3 is going to have a big swarm of these eels, but Splashdown's going to come in clutch again.
They really did give us a good special this game, didn't they?
They really did. Splashdown might love it, you know? Oh, that
Yep.
bonus.
That it did. And phase 3 done. We almost got another 1 in 4.
I wouldn't call it that. But
It was
it
close.
was
That's why I said
I
almost.
tried. Yeah.
And then Fry's going to be mad that we completely beat her up in not record time, but in fast time.
That was actually
Yeah,
pretty
that
fun.
was a good
We
Fry
did
fight.
that.
The RNG was on your side that time.
My PB has a dash and a 1 in 16, I'm pretty sure, with the face RNG, so... I'll
Yeah,
take it.
117 there is a great time.
Yep. Not
Not
too
too shabby.
shabby. And then that is our first piece of treasure. So essentially, each of the bosses is going to give us this treasure piece. We don't know what we're really doing with it yet. It's just a bunch of metal scrap, but we're going to put it together once we get all three for excellent effect. I do say so myself. It will be quite useful.
No? Yeah.
But our only way to get to the end of the game is getting those three pieces of treasure, so the bosses do seem pretty unskippable at the moment.
Yeah, but you never know. This game's not even 2 months old, and we've already found a bunch of stuff, so maybe a boss skip will be found one day. Yeah. Just unlock the ooze going through Site 3, pick up an extra decoration while we're waiting for it. All this great task overlap, which will also be shown in Site 3.
Site 3 is a task overlapping masterpiece. I'm just trying to get a bunch of eggs and collectibles and just all the stuff that I need to not play any stages here. And there's going to be a bunch of skips along the way, so it's just movement.
A bunch of really nice movements. Starting with that scare of 100 power X.
Yeah, I need those for my road to work.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. That was
weird.
extremely close to what we wanted, but you unlocked the kettle, so we're good to go.
This is why I still unlock this kettle, you know?
You never know.
Ooh.
And with a well-timed squid roll like that, you can do that and skip again using 600 power eggs, which we need every power egg we can get. Another sardinium because we need it. We're trying to get to, I believe it's 4 extra sardiniums and 18 upgrade points by the second boss fight, which is going to be Shiver, and that's going to be significantly sped up by having a level 3 hero shot.
That's right. Something along those numbers.
And more power
I
eggs.
just follow the route.
We get everything we can. Unlocking Rail Pass for a future super jump, I think.
Yeah, I use it for a super jump at safety. I don't actually need to get it, but it's just a little bit safer in case I mess up something in a bit. But...
Some more power eggs using a very cleverly crafted route. That was probably the safety you were referring to. That jump.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We get a super jump there. And now we're going to skip 700 more power eggs. Get some.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get some shots there, grab the Sardinium, and then finish up the kettle like that. And that skips the 700 ooze.
And we can super
right
jump for that
here-
kettle.
I'm gonna try to do something called Moxie Skip, which abuses respawn flags. Let's see if I get this.
That might work. Yeah,
I'm
that
not
one's-
actually sure. I'm
that
kind of
one's
far
on the
right.
Okay.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so there,
Cool.
I guess there is some sort of checkpoint built in there in case you fall off once you've made it to the exit from Site 3 to Site 4. And we can just barely get in range of that without having to unlock the 2,000 egg power ooze, or the 2,000 egg fuzzy ooze. And that's going to, save us 2,000 power eggs. We get to play the game.
Oh yeah. And now we're in Site 4. Essentially, I'm grabbing some more power eggs for later, and I'm finishing up my upgrade point route by getting a few more decorations and scrolls. So this route over here gets me a bunch of 100 egg cans in a row. And then this back over here, the Sheldon scroll. Look at him. Look at him.
Another.
Do this jump right here. Oh, I was so far there.
Yeah,
What?
that jump is way more generous than it looks. You can actually hit on a variety of angles.
The reason it works so well is that a little piece of collision actually sticks out and you can jump off of that, which lets you save a bunch of different angles that wouldn't work usually. But I didn't even need it that time, I just jumped straight over it, which is kind of cool.
Definitely not the last time we were using some sticking out collision, right?
Yeah.
A little bit of foreshadowing
We'll see.
for later in the run.
It gets a little-
We've got our 18 upgrade points and 7 sardiniums, so now we're going to unlock the even better hero shot, which gives us a massive DPS increase.
It's actually interesting. All 3 of those upgrades there, they are just paths to get to the hero shot, but they're all very useful in their own right. Splat bombs are going to help us ink certain things we couldn't get with a shot later. The sensor is going to let us see the third boss's real target, which will help us save time, and the hero shot itself just helps us shred enemies and make better paths. So it's all useful. We all have a use for it, instead of just going for one thing later in the upgrade path. Which I kind of like.
It certainly makes it
Anyway.
a lot easier.
Now we got Shiver. Second boss who rides on Master Mega the Shark. And we'll go around the arena, take her down.
Shiver, by the way, is the only idol that's currently undefeated in Splatfest. So probably the most
Nice.
formidable boss of the run at the moment.
Goofy silly mode
Yeah,
over there.
goofy silly mode in Splatfest
yeah.
that neither of us can play because we are not on the latest version of the game.
We'll update eventually.
Yeah, this boss is keep your target on Master Mega, dodge all of the attacks, and you'll do just fine.
So if you still have the level 2 shot here, Master Mega would actually finish up his spins during these, and then do an attack after it, which is why it loses so much time. But with the level 3 shot, we have all the DPS that we need.
Phase 2, it's the same thing, but the arena's a little bit smaller. I think the arena gets a very tiny bit smaller every time.
Wait, does it like shrink up to those rings? I never noticed that. I've had like 200 attempts in this game. What?
Classic case of speedrunners knowing all of the
It
lore.
does!
There's always something. I'm surprised you didn't notice off of the muscle memory, to be completely honest. Your path just gets shorter every time.
I really should have noticed.
And then when you use a splash down to deal damage to Shipper just a little bit faster than using our hero shot normally.
Yep, we already have a splashdown, so we might as well use it.
Plus
yeah.
it looks cool.
Exactly.
And we're here about winning fast and winning in style. So yep. Here we're going to just take a jump to our treasure. And we're gonna skip some dialogue.
Another quit out. This is actually the last one of the run. You could do it for the third boss in Alterna, but there's a reason.
There's a reason that is
anymore,
technically the second biggest time save of the quit out, so we can do right after the quit out after Octavio.
Yeah.
But we're gonna set something up that we want to carry over past the boss, and so we can't do a quit out and lose that.
Oh, whoops. Okay. Now I'm super jumping back, and we're gonna be setting up for a trick in Site 5. So every one of these sites has this big 2,000 or a 3,000 ooze that prevents you from going to the next site. And Site 5 is a very interesting one at the end. There is a tiny little sliver of land that we're going to be trying to use a geyser and a squid roll to attach ourselves to skip 3,000 power eggs. And this is the hardest trick in the run. It's that we have in the actual 90% run. There is something stupider called stupid skip, but this is like extremely precise. So it's called Owen skip, by the way.
A lot of our skips are named after people who discovered them. So Moxie's skipping after Moxie K,
Yeah.
Owen's getting after Owen Splat. Stupid skip was also found by Moxie K, but nobody does it because of how incredibly difficult it is. I think that's a trick that only something like 5 people have landed in.
It's 3 or 4 people total that have ever hit it. It's ridiculously low, but
Finish up our last power eggs. We need exactly 2,000, or we needed exactly 2,000. Now we only need 1,200. Just a minor ooze skip there.
between these, and then I'm just gonna focus as I try to get this one. Okay.
Second try, that's really
What
good.
in the world? What? Can I get that in runs, please?
That worked absurdly well and really showcased Owen skip quite beautifully. That was like textbook Owen skip.
That was.
And now we're
very
in Site
fast.
6. You notice we did nothing in Site 5, which is intentional.
Yeah, and in Site 6, I have 1,200 power eggs, and you can probably guess how many power eggs I need to get to the end of this site.
We need...
Oh, hey,
Yeah, we need all but 2 of
1200
those. We're gonna unlock this trail, and
These are the 2 extra power eggs that we got from Only Choice, because it was only in groups of 3. So that's the only reason we're not on a perfect number.
and now we're taking a detour to the final boss of the game. You saw
Final boss of the game. That's true.
Coming up. Actually, yeah, you're right. I totally misspoke when I said final boss, but it is the final boss.
Final boss of Alterna.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Alright. Nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm trying to set up something here. I'll explain it in a sec. Yep, that worked. Okay, so what I essentially did there was a glitch called menu storage. So as the game was quitting out of the stage, I stored the 3rd option of the menu being selected. So whenever the pause screen is on the screen next, the pause menu is on the screen next, it is going to auto-select the 3rd option before I can do anything. And in the next part of the game, the rocket, we are going to try to skip a phase, because the 3rd button in rocket is skip. It'll auto-select the 3rd option, even though we don't normally have it in any percent. So I'm going to try to hold on to that menu storage for about 20 minutes.
Basically, that means at this point in the run, we can't close and reopen the game, and Lancho cannot die or open the pause menu. And so that's going to add a little bit of stress to this final part of the game. But now we get to Shred on Big Man.
I can turn off my running in the 90s now, which I used to set that up.
So, Big Man, 3 phases, just like, I think, literally every other major Splatoon boss in the entire series, quite possibly.
Except for Splatoon.
Yeah, Splatoon Eject, yeah.
That's... and Iteration 3, it comes to mind.
Most bosses in the Splatoon series have 3 phases. But yeah, first try Moxie, first try O, and second try menu storage. We're off to a pretty good start.
I see you in the chat, Sushi, thinking that menu storage didn't work. Trust. I got it. Trust.
But yeah, we're going to use that menu storage to, I'd say, pretty comedic effect. I landed the menu storage as intended for the first time last night, because I haven't been running any percent as much as I should be. And I found it quite hilarious when it worked, and when I totally knew it was going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
It's funny when it actually connects. It's pretty good.
We shredded Big Man, as expected. Phase 3 can get a little bit dicey, but if you're Lancho and you put it in a couple hundred reps, I think you know what you're doing.
Yep, it's a lot better with the level 3 shot. With the level 2 shot, it was terrible, but now it's pretty nice.
Yep. We don't die there.
Here,
That's something I'm guilty of doing. And we've got our 3rd treasure.
Yep, been there.
That's all the treasure we need for the run. And now we're going to get ready for endgame content.
Mm-hmm. Got our 3 pieces of treasure, and then we just got some more mashing here, and then...
Yeah. Cuttlefish is in trouble. That's what we need to learn from that. But it's alright. We're going to go rescue him. Hopefully.
If there's any donations that have come in or anything that needs to be said, now is a great time, because I have about 1.5 minutes of cutscene. But, yeah.
Thank you very much for that. We're waiting for some more donations to come in, but I will say that we are hoping to meet a couple of incentives that are coming up later this evening. In particular, the Super Meat Boy Play All Light levels need some support. We are only about maybe 1/8 of the way toward that goal, so if anybody would like to donate and target that incentive, that would be really wonderful. And great run so far, folks. It's going beautifully. I'm really enjoying seeing this game.
A bit of a cutscene here. Captain and the Squid Sisters have made this interesting device. Hey, it's better than Splatoon Octo expansion when we were
Yeah.
playing Thunder, but
This thing can't threaten some sort of lethal violence, but it will threaten to get rid of all of us fuzzies around the rocket, and the captain is going to do exactly that in dramatic fashion. Some story we're not going to get. Yeah, the captain's going to get really tired from that.
yeah, I do need to explain though. After this, we're going to be setting up something called Nether Skip, where there is a cutscene that will happen if I go forward in this section. I'm going to try to get a squid surge up a wall to skip it. So let's see if this works.
Yeah. It's worth noting this is one part where you can die and not lose your menu storage. But we're just not going to die anyways. So we don't need to worry about that. So we skip the part where Deep Cut comes in and is not ready to give up on us taking all of their treasure, and then we just give it to them anyways because we're done with it. And then Marie is now their boss. Unfortunately, that dialogue takes about 40 seconds to actually play, and we just skip it.
A nice little time save for us. It's weird on that ledge though getting a squid surge because it is a very small piece of thing to actually try and store that, but we got it. Okay, small fry did hit that. That looked terrifying.
So
but...
we have none of our gear. We can't die. We can't pause. We just need to play the game for like 2 minutes and then get it all back.
I need to wait here. I think this flutter is off. That could have been really bad if I called that back early. Need to be careful here to not throw and do these jumps early, because I have died there trying to cut those corners and then pop my menu storage. So essentially in any of these big phases of Rocket, if I die at all, it's a massive time loss.
We especially don't want to die here, I believe, because this will also skip setting up another skip, right? Or will it go straight to the interlude?
No.
Oh,
it goes
good.
to the interlude, but it's still the worst phase to die because it's shorter.
Just some, all in all, good movement here in the very first Rocket.
I have practiced this a ton.
Much more than I have. We get our second key. We're gonna unlock some lockboxes. Get to the last section. Oh, no. Oh, that's fun.
Wait a sec. No, I can't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna try something. I almost had it happen to me
Yeah.
again, but I realized it wouldn't work. I would have had to throw in small fry while being on that ledge as it went, and like, no. It's fine.
It's alright. We got ambushed a couple times. A few surprises been thrown our way, but that's alright. We're about to get our gear back. And that means that that hero shot that we spent so much time and effort upgrading, we get to use again.
Alright, so coming up is the single biggest skip in the entire run. So,
Yeah,
you would like
I'll...
to explain how this one works out of time.
So coming up is Switch Skip, named after, of course, the runner who found it. And basically, this outside of Rocket area is all loaded in together. And in Choose Between One style, we're going to skip from somewhere we're supposed to be to somewhere that we're not supposed to be by getting a squid roll up that diagonal pipe, which you just did, before I could even explain it. So now we're out of bounds. No big deal. It's fine. Surely we can't break this in any real significant way other than...
yeah, surely there would be...
yeah, surely we could just walk through walls,
this,
and
right?
that's... Yep, and now we're in the interlude after the third section of Rocket. So normally we'd be here after we came down like a giant elevator and fought a bunch of enemies and stuff. But yeah, we're going into the fourth phase of Rocket, and that was just like the second part of phase 1 that we were just in. So that saves about 5.5, 6 minutes.
Nice
Yeah.
gold!
And now we're in the first part of phase 4, which is risky. It's the spiral. It's just some platforming. And as a reminder, we cannot pause the game. We cannot die. Otherwise, we will pop our menu storage, and nobody wants that. So yeah, we're just gonna go fast, which has been what we've been doing all run. Yeah, a little tight on that ooze jump, but it's all right. We're good to go.
Let's go around that one, and then small fry. If we had small fry equipped to distract those enemies.
The slap bomb did just fine.
Honestly, usually that goes a lot worse if you have a slap bomb equipped.
We will only slap bomb equipped for the next section, just to make our path a little bit straighter. The leap of faith, as I like to internally refer to that one. A little bit of ball riding. That was terrifying. But you made it work, and that's what matters. We're gonna dodge a few bowling balls. Some of these you can splat bomb, but it gets a little risky, and you really don't want to pop menu storage right now.
Yeah, I had a run last night that threw a splat bomb at one that you can't and pop my menu storage, so let's not do that.
But we're out of that now, and now it's time for Zipcaster, which is
okay,
the most
this
fun
is
of
gonna
the
look
run.
weird.
It's the most fun part of the run, in my opinion. Just using the Zipcaster in general.
I'm going to be trying to do it out of bounds here. It's somewhat precise. I do need to really just focus.
Alright, yeah.
2-second goal.
Well done.
Let's go.
So yeah, in terms of the more major skips, this run has been pretty phenomenal.
What in the world? Okay. Besides, I may not have menu storage. I'm pretty sure I do. I'm 25 seconds behind world record with like a really bad start. What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
This has been an
This has
exceptionally
been
good run.
quite good. And yeah, that rocket out of bounds in Zipcaster. We can do that. We can clip through using Zipcaster with the door opening, and we actually knew about the out of bounds for a while, and only recently we could actually get back in, and that's what made it worthwhile. Yeah. We got more
It took us a
lore.
bit to put the pieces together, but once we did. Okay, so this is a 4-minute cutscene. It's unfortunate it's stacked at the end, but this is just building tension for did the menu storage work? That's all there really is to it. What I like doing in my chat at this point during
Certainly
the run
way
is
to
turning
pass
on
the
my
time,
N64
but
and practicing Mario
The
tricks.
lore a little bit is Cuttlefish is dehydrated. And that bear is responsible.
Yes.
And Mr. Grizz kind of wants
Mr.
to end the
Grizz.
world, which is something that they wanted to do in Octo Expansion as well. And
Exactly.
as you can see, we're still here, so that should tell you how successful they were. Grizz has a bit of a better plan, if you ask me, doing it from space as opposed to on Earth itself.
Yeah, setting up this rocket. It means the end of your employment. It's all business jokes. Coating the planet in fuzzy ooze to restore the mammalian balance. You know? Don't call it Hairmageddon. HR doesn't like it.
So this looks really bad. But once again, the idol group that we have seen oh so much of this run has come to aid us in our pursuits.
I know.
We've actually seen a little bit of them in terms of the boss fights.
It's funny because if you do this run correctly with the skips, Nether skip and DCS skip both of like the story parts with deep cut. So you just see them in their boss fights, and then you get to the end of the game and the deep cut shows up again. Like, what? Who are you people?
Yeah. That's the entire story mode, though, with how much of the cutscene you can skip is who is anybody.
Yeah.
Average Splatoon lore.
We see the new Squidbeak Splatoon account, to be fair, but...
Yeah. They're the real stars of the show, and also they're everybody's bosses.
Hold up a sec. Hi, Deep Cut.
Hi, Deep Cut.
Last time I was here, I was like, we were fighting you last time. Why are you here? Oh, you're helping? What?
To be fair, they've been on our side since the beginning of the rocket cutscene, which we conveniently skipped. So we don't know that they're on our side in the speedrun sense.
It's funny.
But surely they
You know what's also surely? Surely I have menu storage.
Menu storage.
Right? I mean, like, there's just no way I would miss menu storage. Like, I mean, I surely got it.
So there is a boss fight line, and in an ideal world, we still have menu storage. So if you guess we're using menu storage in the boss fights, you're right.
Yes. So essentially,
because
if I have this
we
set
wouldn't
up,
just set up a trigger
it is a
button.
question of who would win, Grizzly Bear or Plus Button. And we're gonna find out the answer to that question in about 30 seconds. We get up here, small fry included.
Yeah, I don't know how Small Fry caught up, to be completely honest, but this Small Fry is
Majestic.
a mythical
Yes.
creature. Yeah. We got the pineapple cut.
Grizz pulls up, and then is just
I mean,
menacing.
yeah, this guy seems important.
Seems scary.
He seems pretty important, Lontra,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, he wants to break
Oh.
us. Oh, that seems mildly
I mean, that's kind
terrifying.
of weird.
It's kind of weird, yeah.
Nice.
And
so I press the plus
nice.
button. It stored that third menu option from when I set it up in Big Man, and third option is skip, even though you couldn't see it on the screen. So there goes Grizz 1.
Yeah. So plus button 1, Grizzly Bear 0.
Yes.
That saves, what is that, like 4
It's
minutes?
just around 3 because you can't do the Big Man quit out,
3?
and
Oh, true.
it takes time to set it up. So
Yeah. So that was the first half of the final boss. I hope everybody enjoyed it. It was quite comical. Unfortunately, we don't have double menu storage, so the final boss is not the plus button.
if we were able to use menu storage multiple times, it would be quite different in Rocket, but we can only use it the single time, and we can't set it up again. So there it goes.
For some reason, we're in space, we can still hear Deep
Yep.
Cut. This part of the game still doesn't make sense to me, but they're rooting for us. We've felled a grizzly bear once. Surely we can save the world.
I must say though, Adam, this is quite
This
a no
is certainly
reset.
one of the runs of all time, yeah.
My goal for any no reset at this point is to get under an hour. We're gonna be a bit under that. Just a bit!
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
You'll be what, like 8 minutes ahead of my PB?
What's your PB?
Like 106.
I'm on 5611 PPT.
Alright, yeah. So you'll be 10 minutes faster than me. That's not a big deal. Yeah, Octavio is here again. Octavio saved us from falling back to Earth, which was quite kind. And now we are going to use Octavio to save the world. Oh, by the way, our little buddy is massive now.
Huge Fry. Evolution. But it just evolved like Pokemon. And I didn't mash B, so now we have Huge Fry. he tries gonna help us take down Grizz. Silly Bear Bozo.
That's Earth scale.
Grizz is like larger than Earth at this point. Like, whoa.
I think
Yeah.
so. Octavio's larger than Earth. So, oh yeah, Octavio has this ink back, which I still don't understand why he has this ink back.
It's gonna be useful though.
Yep. This is the actual final boss of the game, obviously, because we're coming up on time soon. Ish, not really.
Yeah, we got a couple minutes, but we're getting there.
We got a few minutes. Yeah. We have to suck in 4 fuzzballs, which are on Grizz in various locations.
How does that change?
And we get to use DJ Octavio's UFO as a mount. I guess would be how you describe this.
Yep. I lit the ship.
And yeah, you gotta avoid some fuzzies and not get slapped by Grizz. Which is something that unfortunately has happened to me more times than I'm willing to
Yeah, if you
count.
go too fast on the first part, Grizz is actually on a worse pattern and will slap you. It's like much harder to dodge and get hits in. So you actually like don't want to go as fast as possible for the first bit.
Right. And despite how Lantro's making this look, you can actually die in this final part. I've done it. It costs you like 2 minutes. We get some nice enemy ambush. I don't know where they come from. They're just kind of here.
Manifest. Nice, got the skip.
Some octo hoppers that did nothing. We didn't see them at all run because we skipped those
Oh
levels.
yeah, I guess you don't see him at all. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, like we don't see the Zipcaster either, and Zipcaster used to be a main.
Well, you do just get it in Rocket, but it used to be 3 levels.
We get it in Rocket, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We used to do, I think, every Zipcaster level in some degree, except for the Matchmaster style one. Some more enemies here that just kind of materialize. We can dispatch them pretty quickly though, and get back to sucking in fuzzballs.
Not bad, not bad. Alright, time is coming up. Once this text right here at the bottom disappears, ZR keeps shooting
Once
once
that
it
ZR
disappears.
keeps shooting.
Coming up soon, and... time. Boom. That was great!
That was actually a very good run. Wow.
I got a 56-13. What? That was great.
Looks like,
okay.
yeah, we ended up stopping time just a smidge early there, which is fine. But 56-13, still really impressive. I believe that would be second if you weren't also first.
That would have, if it wasn't for my last world record run, that would be a record. Like, that was extremely good.
Yeah, I mean, every major skip first try will certainly do that. But yeah, we've saved the world. And
Small Fry's
tiny
back.
again.
My friend!
Yeah, so just a casual second fastest time ever in a marathon.
Yeah. I'm shocked, but I'll take it.
Trying to see. Yeah,
But
you've got A55, but other than that, that's the fastest 56 ever done.
well, that is about all from us. We can let the credits go if we want, but there's no need for it. But yeah, thank you for watching, and hey, if you're looking to try out a Splatoon speedrun for yourself, there's the Splatoon speedrun Discord server, which you can find. There's a link to it on speedrun.com. Tons of people there that are able to help you out learning things. I even have a beginner guide on my YouTube channel for any percent no major exploits, if that's kind of your jam. But yeah, lots of great ways to get into this game. It's very fun. Glitch heavy, but great time. Anything you want to say, Adept?
No, I think you about covered all the main points, but again, we've got a super lovely community, lots of people always willing to help out, and thank you to the Crew Care Speedrun Hall of Fame for having us, and best of luck to everyone else running in this marathon.
All right. Thank you so much again, Lantro and Adept, for that awesome run. Congratulations again on that phenomenal time, by the way. Really awesome to see this one played out and so quickly. On top of that, we are going to squeak on over to a changeover here, folks, and we'll be right back up in a couple of moments.